Morning Watch with the Reverend Dr. Dylan Toussaint.
Listeners to Love 101 FM are advised that the views and opinions expressed in this program are not necessarily those of Love 101 FM.
Hello and welcome to the Morning Watch on Love 101 FM. I'm your host, Dylan Toussaint. A special welcome to our listeners on love101.org and if you're overseas and on the move. U.S. listeners can access us at 712-832-8001. And if you're in the UK, 0330-332-6541. Or join us via the Love 101 FM app that can be downloaded from the Google Play Store or the Apple Store. You can also join us on Love 101 FM Facebook and YouTube Live. In the first watch today, Haiti under new management, the solution or not? And in the second watch, is the Privy Council engendering goodwill with its recent judgments and the proposed invitation? For our social media question, we ask, how confident are you in the transitional council now in place in Haiti? We're asking you to share your responses on our Love 101 FM Facebook page and YouTube channel, and also on WhatsApp 876-997-3125 using the hashtag The Morning Watch. We'll share your responses later on in the program, but before all of that, here's I quote.
All right, so today's I quote says, everyone is entitled to their own opinion, but no one is entitled to their own facts. And this I quote has multiple credits, but yeah, that's what it says.
Interesting. Good morning, Joka.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm well, and you?
I'm good. I'm doing well.
Yeah, and that quote is so right. Facts are just facts.
They're just facts.
Yeah, man, regardless of the opinions persons may have about them. But by the way, Jokal, today is the last day of
April.
Yeah. So the fourth month of the year is already...
It's done, basically.
It's gone. Yeah. So the year going fast for you.
Listen,
going slow.
By the time we bring 2 times, we're saying Merry Christmas.
Yeah. That says a sign of aging, though. The year goes fast.
Yeah, I can't. I'm still 16.
The first watch will be back after this break.
Get ready for another inspiring show that's Testimony Tuesday inside Alive from 1 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. April 30th. Packed with inspirational stories and island-flavored music. 1:45, we bring you the Rain Testing Synthesize Listener Speak Edition. Stick around for Prayer Blast at 2 o'clock as we bring in the prayer bells of heaven. To the being inside the evidence, we hear the powerful testimony of Mr. Paul Blake. Then at 3 p.m., we go behind the pulpit with the anointed man of God, Bishop Job Small, who will be sharing his journey with us. All this summer will come alive 1 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. April 30 with yours truly, Sarah and the Choppy One on the family station, Love 101. The Lord has commanded us to keep the Sabbath holy, but some may ask, have we misinterpreted the command? Where in the Bible does it say Saturday is the seventh day? Why not Sunday? Does it really matter? Questions. That will be answered this Tuesday, April 30 on The Rock with guests Reverend Prophet Mark Stewart and Dr. Clinton Baldwin as they discuss the topic, how holy is the Sabbath? That's The Rock, Tuesday, April 30 at 10 a.m. here on the family station, Love 101. Campus Connection, in association with ICF Jamaica, Passion and Purity, and its affiliate ministries present Pre-Exam Praise, Connect and Study with Jesus, the 4th edition. Join us on Tuesday, April 30 at 5:30 p.m. and hear from students, school administrators, and other stakeholders encouraging our CFC and CAPE candidates for the 2024 exam sitting. There will be ministry in prayer, the word, worship from Ronaldo Rust, Darian Callan, Romario Mitchell,
producer, Miss Sean Williams. This is Melrose Reddy Stewart, and creative block guest, Miss Peter Gale Forrester of Beauty Plus Academy and Salon Services. If anyone knows what going on campus, it's our exam students. So you don't want to miss this episode. That's Campus Connection on Tuesday, April 30 at 5:30 p.m. on the Family Station, Love 101.
Love 101 presents the morning news Monday to Friday at 6:30 a.m. Listen as we share local and international stories, followed by a 5-minute on the Family Station, Love 101.
Have to be a man, got to be a man. I am a man.
On the next episode of the Mailbox, we will be focusing on Men's Fellowship Tour. This is our third stop in a series of male fellowship link-ups. What are the activities taking place among men in the church? Are there solutions to attract and retain more males in the church community? You are invited to join us as we spend time with Pastor Maxwell Slowly and Deacon Kevin Slowly, Assemblies of the Firstborn Church International, Santa Hill, on Wednesday, May 1 at 5:30 p.m. on the Family Station. Love 101, the Mailbox, Monday.
Here is your opportunity to connect with someone who will listen, pray, and give guidance. It's the Ministry of Counseling and Prayer of the Edgewater Baptist Church. Please call 876-220-6474 or 876-332-7956. Weekdays between 8 a.m. and 9 p.m. Saturdays and Sundays between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Please talk to someone if you're finding it particularly challenging to cope during this period of crisis. Someone is waiting for your call. Please reach out today, 876-220-6474 or 876-332-7956. It's the telephone counseling and prayer ministry of the Edgewater Baptist Church. A reminder that somebody cares. Endorsed by Love 101.
When I come to the end of myself, Father, carry me.
Hey, welcome Jamaica. Hello world. I am Toussaint. Wake up early. Have your cup of coffee ready as we start the day right Monday to Friday from 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. in Love in the Morning. Love in the Morning with me, Jakaldaya, on the Family Station, Love 101.
Hey everybody, it's time for Small People with Auntie Vashti.
That's right, it's the Small People Show with me, Auntie Vashti, every Monday to Friday at 4:30 p.m. Listen up, children, this is our time, and every day we want you in on the great things we are doing inside the Small People Show. We come to have fun, we come to help you through those rough.
Welcome back to the Morning Watch. Thanks for staying with us. I'm your host, Dylan Toussaint. Now, on April 25 this year, a transitional council was officially installed in Haiti. And the former economy minister has been appointed as interim prime minister. And the hope is that Haiti will enter a new phase aimed at stemming its spiraling political and security crisis. But the million-dollar question is, will it work? Well, to discuss this matter, we have online the Reverend Dr. Julio Volsi, President and CEO of Teen Challenge Haiti. He's also the senior pastor of Rendezvous Christ Church in Haiti and author of Haiti Beyond Limits. Is Reverend Volsi on? Not as yet. Okay. So as we prepare ourselves to listen to Reverend Volsi, our first topic is about Haiti under new management. We'll be right back.
Hey everybody, it's time for Small People with Auntie Vashti.
That's right, it's the Small People Show with me, Auntie Vashti, every Monday to Friday at 4:30 p.m. Listen up, children, this is our time, and every day we want you in on the great things we are doing inside the Small People Show. We come to have fun. We come to help you through those rough days. We're educational, inspirational, and the Small People Show with Auntie Vashti is taking over the nation. Every child must know that they are special because God created you special. That's the Small People Show with me, Auntie Vashti. Monday to Friday at 4:30 p.m. It's on the family station, Love 101.
And every afternoon.
Welcome back to the Morning Watch. Thanks for staying with us. We apologize for the break a while ago, but I believe now we have online Reverend Dr. Julio Volsi, President and CEO of Teen Challenge Haiti, the senior pastor of Rendezvous Christ Church in Haiti, author of Haiti Beyond Limits. Good morning to you, Reverend Volsi.
Good morning, Doctor, and good morning to the listeners of Love 101.
Great. Glad to have you with us. Now, before we delve into the meat of our discussion on Haiti's Transitional Council, can you give us an update on the crime and economic situation in Haiti?
Well, I believe one thing that I like to say now. I wish this situation that Haiti is facing now on no one else in no other country. It's their situation with people living day by day, don't know what is next. Everything pretty much closed down in the country, limited of resources. People are dying. And I would say that probably the worst part of it all is the lack of hope. People feel hopeless with the situation, and then the Haitian people feel a bit alone because this is a time that people are asking, where are the friends of Haiti?
Really sounds bleak.
Yeah.
Well, what is your understanding, Reverend Volsi, of Haiti's newly formed Transitional Council? How was it formed? Who sits on it? And what are the roles and responsibilities?
Now, for me, it's I don't want to sound biased, and a part of my story for the last 2.5 years, I've been part of almost the daily conversations about the possibility of finding a solution for the country,
Right.
especially to find a political accord. So therefore, for me, I think it's a step forward. In a personal note, one of the reasons is I am now about gonna be 49 years old. I believe that when it comes to positivity for me, again, it's a personal note, I have experienced 3 major things in Haiti. One was in 1990 when we had our first democratic elections where we elected a government for the first time democratically. Unfortunately, we didn't take advantage of that as a nation, and within months, we gave him a coup, and was forced to leave the country.
Tell you what, Reverend Volsi, we're up on a break. Please hold that thought. We'll be right back.
Acculab Diagnostics Limited, located at ATL Plaza in Montego Bay, for all your blood testing needs. Open every day, including Sundays, 6132714.
The time by Acculab Diagnostics Limited is 7:15 a.m.
Jamaica and its workforce are advancing quickly. Life-changing opportunities are arising. You need training and support. We are the Renewed Heart NSTA Trust, committed to providing new and emerging skills training and opportunities. Come to Heart. We'll help you claim your place in the workforce of the future.
You are a dedicated small business owner dreaming big of growing your business and reaching new heights. With Access Financial Services, you can grow from where you are to where you want to be. Grow from a corner shop to your very own store, from truck driver to trucking fleet, from hairdresser to your own salon. Secure your small business loan of up to $20 million and watch as your business grows from plan to possibilities. Grow your business today with Access Financial Services. Conditions apply.
When you say Fosrich, you say electrical. SWA cables, conduits, transformers, and breakers. When you say Fosrich, you say lighting, chandeliers, and more. When you say Fosrich, you say LEDs and solar water heaters. Fosrich is electrical, lighting, solar, and LEDs. Visit us today, Kingston, Mandeville, and Montego Bay. Fosrich.
I love doing my own thing, so to have to live by my landlady rules, kind of rough. I can only park near the front gate, to the right of the mango tree, but not on the lawn. Well, I fulfill two dreams with one Jane Bank savings plan. I buy my dream home, and I live by my own rules.
Stop wishing you could. With your Jane Bank savings, you absolutely can. Jane Bank will help you find a way.
Welcome back to the Morning Watch. Thanks for staying with us. I'm your host, Dylan Toussaint, and this is the first watch. We're looking at Haiti under new management. In so doing, we have online the Reverend Dr. Julio Valsi, President and CEO of Teen Challenge Haiti. Dr. Valsi, before the break, you were telling us about three main crisis moments in Haiti that you remember?
Yes, Dr. Toussaint. The second one was the earthquake. When the earthquake, as we all know, lost over 300,000 people, 1.5 million people were homeless, and I believe that was a great opportunity for Haiti to be rebuilt. Unfortunately, we missed that again as a nation. For me, I believe this is the third major experience. Not only the country is in crisis, but this is for a long time, first time that a group of leaders from different sectors, of course, 5 from politics, 1 from the private sector, 1 from the civil society, 1 from the interfaith community, are willing to say, you know what, together we want to move forward. I personally met many of those guys and know several of them. These are men with, they have the ability. Now, the question that we want to ask ourselves is, do they have the willingness to help move the country forward?
So you're talking about 9 persons, it seems?
Yes, 9 persons, 7 with the right to vote, and 2 there as observatory.
And right to vote in terms of what?
Right to vote in terms of choosing a coordinator or leader among them to lead the council. Right to vote to choose the next prime minister to help lead the government. And how were these 9 persons chosen, Reverend? They were, well, again, these are either political platforms or political groups and leaders from the civil society and the interfaith community, and of course from the private sector. They've been part of the conversations. Many of them were in Jamaica in June 2022 when we were there. So they are Haitian stakeholders who have been part of the conversations, and that we believe that together, if they're willing, they can help move the country forward. So they are very strong political parties. There are people who have served the country before. There are people who've been, some of them been in government and some were in opposition. But together now, they form a coalition, hoping that they will help the Haitian people from the misery that they are right now.
So they were chosen by the Haitians, not by CARICOM, not by the US.
Well, as far as I know myself, I believe that CARICOM was playing the role as a mediator in all the conversations. But I believe that if it was the US or the CARICOM was going to make a decision about Haiti, honestly, I believe that we probably had a decision a long time ago, based on my personal experience, because I was there, part of the conversation. They always wanted to be, Haitians. Haitians' decision from Port-au-Prince. I believe this is what the actors, I will not say the Haitian people as a whole, but I will say this is what the actors want. And so CARICOM was able to help bring some form of understanding agreement with this current political accord. But it wasn't in my humble opinion, it was not a CARICOM decision.
So it's a Haitian decision. The Haitians are the ones who decided. That what you're saying, or is it a US decision?
Like again, based on the conversation I know myself, it was those guys who are part of that group, who are part of this government. They are, one of the guys 74 years old, one is 69. These are guys who were secretary, they were congressmen. They are really mature men, and there's a woman in that. I believe this is what they desire. Now, again, I cannot say the Haitian people as a whole, because it was never an election, and then some other people they want something else. However, those who are participating in that presidential council wanted to have a political accord where they can have the Haitians as a whole to form a government, and hopefully they will form a government with national unity that would help the country move forward. Because what we honestly need for now, we need stability in Haiti. We need a strong prime minister that will be able to form a government of national unity that can remove Haiti from this crisis. And I think for me, this is what I desire. I desire, and what the Haitian people desire. They desire that Haiti will be back to normal again, where the Haitian families can send their kids to school. They'll be able to work to provide for the families. Like I always said, the Haitian people want to live life, but they just need a leader or a group of leaders to lead them. So I hope, this is my hope, this new presidential council will take advantage of this great opportunity that's been given to them, so they can help the country move forward. Today, they're getting ready to choose a leader within them to help lead that group. I hope that the outcome will be positive today.
Yes, and it's speaking about positive, it sounds as if you are more positive about this transitional council than negative. Are there any concerns, though, that you have? Any lingering concerns?
Well, part of the reason, Dr. Toussaint, that I want to remain positive is because, first of all, I'm a believer, and we have been praying for years. At times, we believe that God will do things that in a way that we will never understand, and we're okay with that. The second thing is because I've been waiting for some form of solution for so long. I think I trying to see if I can order this decision for it to move forward, and I've been part of the conversation myself. And I believe that if there's anything we need now, we need positive outcomes. So I'm praying for that. I would say that the strength this council probably has is the fact that they have very competent, mature people, and it's a group of different, political parties, people from different sectors who are part of it. So therefore, that's the strength. But it also can be a weakness for Haiti because there's a mistrust situation in the country. I mean, when it comes to the Haitian people. So if there will be any negativity of it, will be if the council choose to do things like the way they used to do it in the past. Because obviously, our way of leading is not working best on behalf of the Haitian people. I hope that this council will understand that. First of all, they're serving an audience of one. For me, my audience of one is God. And if you understand that, you'll be able to serve your people, because the Haitian people right now, they need leaders to help lead the way. The other thing is, I pray that the next prime minister of Haiti will not be a politician, will be a passionate leader for the country.
What do you mean by that when you say not a politician? Isn't that what politics is about?
Well, let me tell you something. The leaders who are now part of the Presidential Council are mostly politicians, except probably 3 of them, and 2 of them have no right to vote. I believe that the best way to fully engage the Haitian people in this process, the next prime minister of Haiti, either he or she, needs to be a good technician, a good, passionate, strong leader who wants what's best for the country of Haiti, that can defend the people of Haiti. And I think that will be a good way for them to move forward.
Over the years, Dr. Valsi, there seems to be a reluctance on the part of many Haitians to entertain overseas military intervention, right? External military intervention. Is that still so, and why?
I think, as a sovereign country, and I think that would be for any Haitians, and that would be, the best way is to fix our problems, at home between us. But there's a reality that we need for those of us who are living in Haiti. I'm a pastor in Haiti. One of my church actually now been closed down for the last 9 weeks. I lost over 4,000 people in my church, either left the Port-au-Prince area or moved to the US or Canada or some other countries. I lost many of my staff. I used to have a ministry with over close to 200 something staff members, and I lost many of my staff when it comes to my workers. So therefore, those of us who are in the country who are experiencing the suffering of the people, would have to be selfish not to understand that we need some form of help. Now, what Haitians are saying, they're saying that we need a force that will come to work in collaboration and relationship with our existing force in Haiti. When it comes to the national police, now I think the army is part of the conversation. So I don't think that the Haitians don't need help, but they don't need occupation. And this is why we understand and we welcome the efforts of the UN to see if there's a way that there can be a multinational force. I believe Jamaica and some other countries from the Caribbean in Africa are going to be part of this process, because obviously we cannot fix our problem alone. If we could have fixed the problem, we would not be where we are today.
Yes, you are for it apparently, and we are totally out of time. Reverend Dr. Valsi, I want to thank you so very much for joining us, and be assured of our continued prayers and support throughout this crisis.
Thank you, Dr. Toussaint.
Great. Listeners, the Morning Watch will return in just a moment.
The time by Jam Bank is
7:30.
Think ahead, make a plan. You got the freedom of choice. Lark, long-acting reversible contraceptives. I made my choice 6 years ago. I have an IUCD, also called copper T, and it will go and protect me from pregnancy for another 4 years at least. My choice was an implant. It lasts for 5 years. And when I'm ready for a baby, I just make doctor take it out. Contact the National Family Planning Board at 968-1632 to find out more about the Lark.
Think ahead, make a plan. You got the freedom of choice.
You know them, the movers, the shakers, the people making a difference, who never shy away from a challenge, who are never afraid to dirty their hands, to jump in and get things done, who are never afraid to fail, to take a risk, to learn. You know them and aspire to be like them. And you can, because there's always room for greatness. Apply today. University of Technology Jamaica, the birthplace of greatness.
Remember every dream where you have, remember everything where you plan. With J Bank, anything possible. With a little savings in your hand. Sales for your plan, build the house, buy the land, walk roads and dreams like a plan. Sales for your plan.
Living your best life and making memories is priceless, but saving little by little is what makes it affordable. Stop wishing you could. With your Jane Bank savings, you absolutely can. Jane Bank will help you find a way.
Whoa! Juicy and a real party bra. Everybody run! Get the door, burn up your Juicy have the best patties. One bag of flavor, them fling panny. Love it, freshly baked, the flaky crust. Let me pull me cut, the gas a bus. Shrimp or a veggie patty. Whoa! Juicy have the flavor, you know. Chicken or crab in this patty. Whoa! Juicy and a real party bra. Juicy have the patty, them Jamaica love. Get it today, Island White.
Welcome back to the Morning Watch. Thanks for staying with us. I'm your host, Dylan Toussaint. Let's now look at the newspapers to see what Jamaicans and others are saying and doing in the Gleaner. Vendor freed after 4 months in custody due to cops' lie. And also in the Gleaner, big lead for PNP. Opposition party holds strong edge over JLP. In the Observer, cocaine found inside cutting board at Kingston Courier Service. And also police say probe of young farmers' murder progressing well. And then finally in Loop News, CIBC Caribbean time capsule to be opened in 2074. Wow. And then finally in Loop News, Cabby in vicious viral bus stop after halfway tree road collision is arrested. Cops say he is an illegal taxi operator with 61 outstanding tickets and warrants. Oh my. Those are some of the major stories in our newspapers. Coming up next, we'll read some of the feedback from our social media question. How confident are you in the transitional council now in place in Haiti? We're asking you to leave a comment on our Facebook page and YouTube channel, Love 101 FM Jamaica, or WhatsApp 876-997-3125. We'll be right back.
If you're a farmer or a fisher folk, this one's for you. Surgical Agricare Plan. With Agricare Plan, you can get affordable insurance coverage for you and your family. Life insurance, health insurance, and the critical illness coverage for as little as $675 every 3 months. Visit your nearest RADA or fisheries office or call 876-936-7785 to apply. Farmers and fisher folks, get the insurance coverage your family deserves today with Surgical Agricare Plan. Conditions apply.
Hi, this is Michael from Jamaica Hospital Supplies with a quick word on incontinence. Not all incontinent products are created equal. Our super absorbent incontinent diapers and nighttime briefs provide up to 3 times absorbency and fits better for no leaks. For an active lifestyle, we have a choice of incontinent liners and male guards. Call us at 929-2850. That's 929-2850, or visit our showroom at Jamaica Hospital Supplies, 66 and a half Halfway Tree Road.
Show mom some love with Bashco this Mother's Day. Spend 6,500 Jamaican dollars or more in Bashco for a chance to be the lucky winner of a weekend getaway for two by Ocean Squirrel Spring, or a Gencare gift certificate, or an Hamilton Beach air fryer, plus a Bashco branded basket of goodies. Hurry! Competition ends May 7th. Visit your nearest Bashco location now. Simply fill out your entry form after purchase. Drop it in the box provided at all Bashco locations. Grand draw will be May 9th at Bashco South, 36 Great George Street, Savannah, Lamar at 2:30 p.m. You could be a lucky winner at Bashco. Follow all our socials at Bashco Jamaica for more information. Bashco, where every day is a savings day. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act.
Affirm Ambulance Services, Jamaica's premier provider of emergency medical transportation. We do medical standby for both private and corporate events, non-medical emergency services, emergency transportation to and from medical facilities, hospitals, and homes, wheelchair provision, nursing homes, and first aid, plus so much more. We are located at 17 Cleardale Avenue, Kingston 10, and we can be contacted at telephone numbers 876-281-1262 or 876-299-2053. Follow us on Instagram at Affirm_ambulance. Affirm Ambulance Services, a firm choice in health transportation.
Welcome back to the Morning Watch. Thanks for staying with us. I'm your host, Dylan Toussaint. Let's now join Jukal for a look at how our Facebook, YouTube, and WhatsApp friends answered today's question. How confident are you in the transitional council now in place in Haiti? Jukal?
All right, so we have a response here on WhatsApp from Monica. Monica says only time will tell if they gain the confidence of the people or if they are as corrupt as previous administrators. We pray for change for the better. Haitian people have suffered too much. And that's the end.
Totally agree with her. Thank you, Monica. Well, as we now transition into the second watch, last week, while delivering the distinguished lecture at the University of the West Indies, President of the Judicial Committee of the UK Privy Council, Lord Reid, disclosed that he had asked the British government to consider a proposal to invite senior judges from outside England to, quote-unquote, sit again on the Privy Council. Now, his statement was, of course, made in the aftermath of the recent Privy Council ruling in regards to the Cartel et al. Case. How should such pronouncements and judgments be interpreted? Is there both a direct and indirect message being sent by the Privy Council? Well, to answer these and other related questions, we have joining us Mrs. Shirley Richards, attorney at law and legal counsel for Jamaica Coalition for a Healthy Society, and also the Reverend Dr. Ralston Nemard, retired Anglican priest, social and political commentator. Good morning to you both.
Good morning, Dylan.
Good
morning,
Dr.
Toussaint,
Dr. Nemard. Good morning. Good morning. Good to have you both with us. Now, lady and the gentleman, what is your understanding of the statement by Lord Reid, especially in regards to his proposal as indicated a while ago? What is your understanding and what are your opening thoughts on that? Beginning with you, Mrs. Richards.
I'm sorry, I hadn't heard your first statement, but I think it have to do with other judges sitting on the Judicial Council, the Privy Council.
Yes.
Right. No, that's not new. Certainly, Chief Justice Zaka used to sit on the Privy Council after retiring from local courts here. That's not a new idea. I certainly think it is, in fact, good idea. You know, it used to happen.
Yes. Reverend Nemard, your thoughts on it?
Yes, it might not be a bad thing. You know, Mr. Richards is saying, we have had that in the past, and it is not a bad thing to have, you know, a local judge sitting on the Privy Council. But what I think the more fundamental problem for me is that it comes across as a kind of smoke screen.
Smoke screen.
A smoke screen in the sense that the Privy Council knows that Jamaica is agitating for its removal as the final appellate court. And I think they're doing everything in their power to appear relevant. And I think that's what we are really trying to do, or at least what they're really trying to do is to postpone the inevitable. Because at some point we're going to have to move away from the Privy Council. And I think they're doing everything to really paint themselves as relevant. And if we can have judges from Jamaica sitting on the Privy Council, then they can easily reason that there it is, you know, we are relevant.
But you know, one of the arguments over the past years and months is that the Privy Council, well, England don't really want us anymore over there. And it's as if we have been squatting all this time. What you said a while ago sounds the opposite of that type of thinking.
Yes. I would think that. No, I think that gets rid of that argument. But my concern is more with what I see as being the errant philosophy of the CCJ. I personally have no problems with a regional court, but I see how I see the CCJ operating now gives my group a great cause for concern. Great cause for concern. You know, we wish the CCJ would operate in a way similar to the JCPC, but we are not seeing that. And that is of great concern to us.
And JPC,
the Privy Council. JCPT. The Privy Council. The
Privy Council, okay. Yeah. Yes, Reverend Nemard, you're saying something as well?
Yeah, yes. You know, my concern is the whole matter of access. Because I think the best definition of any good functioning judicial system is that the people of that who are governed by that system have free and unburdened access to justice. To begin, and when I say that they're trying to postpone the inevitable, when you look at a Jamaican, for example, well, to begin with, most Jamaicans cannot make an appeal to the Privy Council for any case that they have.
Why?
Many, as a matter of fact, I was going to say most, but that is stretching it too far, but many cannot even retain a lawyer, much less to have retained a lawyer and then now to pay the inordinate fees to go through the whole process and then to appeal to the Privy Council. And I would want a lawyer to sit down and tell me, if I want to make an appeal to the Privy Council on the granular level, what am I faced with? What costs am I faced with? What are your fees? And what's gonna be the fee for the person in the UK jurisdiction that you have to liaise with to deal with my case? So it doesn't even begin. As far as I'm concerned, if somebody cannot take a taxi anywhere in Jamaica and go to get justice, then we need to question the veracity of that kind of system.
But the CCJ is not a taxi, a taxi accessed situation as well.
And may I just say that you need to employ attorneys to go to CCJ?
Yes.
You know, let's not think that it's going to be a free for all to go to CCJ.
Exactly, and I agree with that. And so the greater weight of my argument is that if we are going to remove ourselves from the Privy Council, we need to bring our judicial appellate system home, bring it to Jamaica, Because we have very qualified people in Jamaica. 80% and more of the cases that are adjudicated before the Privy Council are upheld by them.
We hear
So
you
all
clear.
that is saying is that we have the minds here
Loud
that can
and clear. Rev,
give us justice.
hold that thought. We'll be right back.
Follow the Ministry of Local Government and Community Development on Instagram and X at LocalGovJA. The time by the ministry is
7:45.
Welcome back to the Morning Watch. Thanks for staying with us. I'm your host, Dylan Toussaint, and this is the second watch. We're asking the question, is the Privy Council engendering goodwill with the recent judgments and the proposed invitation? In so doing, we have online Reverend Dr. Ralston Nemard and Mrs. Shirley Richards. Before the break, Reverend Dr. Nemard, you are making some strong points there. Go ahead, please.
Right. So what I'm saying again is that if the ordinary Jamaican cannot have access and free access, unburdened access to his justice system, then we need to have a very serious question mark over the veracity of that system. And what I'm saying further, is that to have that kind of access, I mean, look at the whole matter of the visa, for example, to the UK. I appeal my case and I have to be going through the hoops of getting a visa to go there.
Yes.
And then not to consider the cost. Now they're saying that, it's hybrid. So we can, and that's another part of the smoke screen. It's hybrid. So we can now have through the internet people sitting in any place and being able to participate. Again, another smoke screen, because it does not remove from you who's making the appeal the costs that you face from day one once you decide to appeal the ruling of the Privy Council.
No, but if you can,
the ruling of
the courts here.
If you can participate, Reverend Nemard, virtually and without having to go on a plane, isn't that great? Isn't that good?
Well, same thing would happen with CCJ.
Yeah, and that is why I'm arguing. It may sound as if it is something that is good.
Yes.
But how much better it is that if you have the Supreme Court located here in Jamaica, where a man can, as I said, can take a taxi and go there, instead of worrying about all the other problems that he'd have to face going all the way to England and having his thing dealt with in England. How much more so is it?
That's the point. They're saying he doesn't have to go there again, literally. But Mrs. Richards, your take on the matter?
Well, I think I would rather an external court, final court, simply because of I'd rather an external final court. My angst is more with the CCJ and their philosophy. In fact, I see them, from their pronouncements, they regard themselves as having a partnership with legislators in order to stop what they consider to be a gap between law and society. And I'm very, very concerned about that. I want judges. I want somebody who is judging according to the law, according to what is before them, not somebody who is judging according to what they think the law ought to be, and that therefore their duty is to place the law in a situation as it ought to be. And that my answer is really with the CCJ. And I'm very concerned about, I don't think a lot of people understand what the CCJ is propounding at this time.
I'm so sorry. Wouldn't the same concerns apply to the Privy Council?
I'm not. Oh, thank you for that. What we are seeing now is a more restrained Privy Council. We are seeing judgments which respect the text, which respect the law of the country. We're not seeing the type of activism that at this point characterizes the CCJ. So the Privy Council in a ruling on the death penalty. Everybody knows how hostile they are with the death penalty. There's a case called J. Chandler, a relatively recent case. And they said, listen, although we consider it was a mandatory nature of the death penalty, although we consider the death penalty to be cruel and inhumane, this is what the law of the country says. I think it was Trinidad. This is what the law says. Yes, it's cruel and inhumane, but this is what the law of the country says. So we're seeing a court which is willing to adhere and abide by the text in front of them. But this is to be contrasted with the approach of the CCJ, which sees itself as being there in order to fill the gap between law and society.
Just to be clear, Mrs. Richards, you are for the retention of the Privy Council as our final appellate court.
At this time, yes, but I do not have a problem. I wish we had a regional court which operated more closely to that of the Privy Council. If that were the case, then I'd certainly give my vote to the regional court. But at this time, I'm very, very uncomfortable with us moving from the JCPC to the CCJ.
And I hear Reverend Nemar chomping at the bits. Please go ahead, Rev. Your response.
Right. I am neither for the Privy Council nor for the CCJ. The CCJ, as is being said there, has its problems. And I think the way in which it was conceived without a great deal of participation on the part of the Jamaican people as to whether they wanted to be a part of it, which is part of the problem why we have not really accepted it as, we're not even on it just now. But for me, I'm not for either of those bodies. It is time that we take our judicial appellate jurisdiction home. We don't want to move from the Privy Council and then park it in a halfway house in Trinidad or Barbados or Guyana. We want to take it home, where our ordinary Jamaicans can participate and have their cases. We're not going to say that people are perfect. Perfection is something that is reserved for the divine, not for people who get up in the mornings and go to the toilet. We're not divine. We're not perfect. And so we don't expect that we're going to have perfect rulings. But look at it. Over 80% of the cases that are sent to the Privy Council on appeal are upheld. Very few are overturned. It has to be that right there in Jamaica, we're making good judgments and good decisions. Again, they may not be perfect, but it's a matter of collective self-respect to move away from whether you're going to talk about decolonizing it and then you're going to stop in halfway, come home. And let me ask
Mrs.
system here. But
let me ask Mrs. Richards, are you for what Reverend Nemard is proposing?
Well, what Reverend Nemard is proposing was proposed some years ago.
Yes.
By a former president of the Court of Appeal. I think I remember that. I think I'd have to give it a little more thought. I certainly do think we have competent people here. Right. And people who have integrity, I think it's something to give thought to.
With the same,
but I certainly rather the idea than that of the CCJ. Can I tell you?
Okay.
We have some of the brightest minds, legal minds in Jamaica.
Yes.
Anywhere in the world, they can stand their own.
Let me ask: how has the recent Privy Council ruling in the Cartel et al. Case affected your views in that regard? Reverend Nemard?
All right. And like I said, the system is not perfect. And that is one of them, because you do not have a tainted jury pool and you persist with the trial. It doesn't make sense. So that was a clear case where for appeal on the part of the defense.
More local courts.
And we see what has happened now. It went to the appeal court, of course, and then it ended up in the Privy Council because, of course, the bad judgment from day one continued through. You do not have a tainted jury pool. And we have had precedent in the past where that had been the case and how that was handled. There wasn't even any great reference to that particular case for guidance. But the bottom line is that, that kind of ruling that was made by the Privy Council, which is an eminent ruling and I think a just ruling. The question now is, do we now retry these people? And, that's something that the society will have to wrestle with. But that is what we do as Jamaicans among Jamaicans, trying to work our way through. But just postpone, they keep kicking the can down the road. Oh, we're not ready. Oh, it's going to be politicized. Oh, all kind of things are going to happen. When are we going to develop some kind of confidence in our own ability to do things and look at this thing from the standpoint of the self-respect that is due as a nation to ourselves?
Can we not have a self-respect as a Caribbean people for the CCJ?
The Caribbean people, we saw how the West Indian Federation went, and I'm beginning to see in the CCJ elements of that problem of isolation and lack of cohesiveness.
You gone way back, Rev. We got to
be guided by the history, and that is why we are repeating the mistakes of the past.
Mrs. Richards, your take into the cartel case?
Well, I certainly think that for a lot of people, that would have said, that would have been an indication. See, we need the Privy Council. I don't think it changed the die-hearted people, but I certainly think the ordinary person would have looked more positively at the Privy Council with this judgment. But as I said, my angst is with the CCJ. I am concerned that their philosophy is one that would make us become more like our colonizers than we ever were. In an ironic twist, just like how the animals in Animal Farm, that one of the last sentences in Animal Farm, the creatures outside look from pig to man and from man to pig and from pig to man again, but already it was impossible to say which was which. Yes. I am concerned that this is the type of thing that would happen to us, and as an ironic twist, where they turn us more towards the philosophy of our colonizers. So instead of us leaving our colonizers, we become, in a sense, more like them. And that's a great concern of mine.
And any concerns, Mrs. Richards, in terms of the constitutional reform process in that regard in Jamaica?
Of course, there is concern. These arguments need to be presented to the CRC, and we do hope that some of us will get an opportunity to present to them shortly. You see, it's not just a political aspect. We don't need to go to white man for our final court of appeal. And in a sense, that argument has a strong emotive pull, of course, because we all know what we are capable of, and we know we're just as capable as anybody else with any color of any skin color. We're just as capable. So we know that. But there are other things which we need to also look at, and I certainly hope the CRC will be looking at the other aspects.
Yes. In 30 seconds, Dr. Nemad.
Right, and the CRC, when they debate that matter of doing the reform, I hope that they will make the Jamaican Supreme Court as being the final appellate jurisdiction, not the appeals court. You appeal to the appeals court, and then you take it to the Supreme Court, and you have the matter adjudicated right there in Jamaica.
And ends right there. Okay. Well, we have to end our program today. I want to thank you both for joining us. Very, very interesting, insightful discussion. Have a safe and productive day.
Thank you
very much,
for
and for
having
you
me.
too.
Great. Thank you, listeners, for being with us. Join us again tomorrow as we continue to set the stage for a discussion of topical and controversial issues. For information on how to get copies of this program, call our production department at 876-968-95967. This, of course, has been The Morning Watch. Thanks to our producer, Kathy Gale, and our guests. I'm Dylan Toussaint, and you're back to Love in the Morning with Jukal Daya.
Time on Love 101 is now 8 a.m. and you are now invited to listen to Forward in Faith, brought to you by the New Testament